What's good, family? What's good? It's your boy, Urban Sports Guru, and I'm going to give you my Week 14 picks. Last week was crazy. This week's going to be even crazier, and I'm going to tell you why. Now we have the Baltimore Ravens on the road against Cleveland. Cleveland's coming off a bye. Last game they played was against Baltimore, where they got 4 interceptions against Lamar Jackson and still lost. The problem with Baltimore right now is not just their injuries, yes, and they just lost their other top cornerback. Makes it really hard for them to cover in the secondary. All they have now is Jimmy Smith. But Baltimore issues is the fact that Lamar Jackson is in the pocket a lot more this year, and he's not seeing things fast enough. He has such a great game. I believe it was against the Colts earlier this year. And ever since then, teams have just pressured him. Just pressure him because he's not running. Pressure him. He's not seeing things fast enough. He's seeing things late. I saw a throw he made against, an interception he threw against the Steelers. That blitz that came off the right-hand side, he had a check down, and he had Andrews earlier in the end zone. If he just steps on that back foot and lets it go, he's not seeing it fast enough. Instead, he tries to run outside, then throw to Andrews on some interception. In the red zone, gave away points. Cleveland, this is their season. They're 6-6, and if they lose this game, the season is over. You come off a bye, and you got 4 turnovers from him before. I like Cleveland. We got Tennessee at home against Jacksonville, giving 8.5. This is I don't want to call it a get-right game. Well, it is a get-right game against Jacksonville, but Tennessee needs all the help they can get right now, particularly on offense. I like the way the defense is playing, but if Derrick Henry could come back, just saying, it's a big if. We have KC at home against the Raiders. KC played their best game of the season in Vegas. Now they get to come home and play the Raiders. And they've won 5 straight. I think this is their get-right game, and their offense looks just as good as it did in the first game against the Raiders. And I like KC. We got the Saints going on the road. Saints going on the road to play the lowly New York Jets, who defensively can't stop anybody. Let's see how bad they look against Taysom Hill, who isn't a real quarterback, but they're paying him like one. I actually like the Jets in this game because the Jets actually have at least a real quarterback playing. Then we have Dallas against Washington. This is what intrigues me about this game, Dallas and Washington. When you look at this team, look at this game, who has the better quarterback? Dallas. Who has the better running backs? Even though Pollard's injured, Zeke's injured, but just look at face value. Talent. Dallas. Who has better receivers? Dallas. Better O-line. Dallas. Let's go to the defense. Better front line. Dallas is better on the edge. Washington is better at the tackle position. Better linebackers. Dallas. Better secondary. Dallas. So they're better. They have a much better roster. And now you have Mark McCarthy going out there predicting a win. So when a more talented team loses, Who gets the blame for that? What's the first thing you end up looking at? Coaching. That's the first thing you end up looking at. Coaching. Coaching means more in professional football than any of the other professional sports. By far. This is a game that Dallas should win. Keyword should, even though they've been really messing up lately. I think they have the kind of secondary to give Taylor Heinicke problems. But just to see Dallas in a bit of chaos, I'm taking the Washington football team. Now we have the Atlanta Falcons going on the road to play Carolina. I think it's being exposed, and we feel good about seeing the performance being exposed that Cam Newton's just not a starting quarterback anymore. He can make great runs, but he's not a starting quarterback. And it's kind of like Taysom Hill isn't a starting quarterback. He should not be a starting quarterback in the National Football League. Same thing for Cam Newton. Atlanta has someone who is a starting quarterback, who on a better team could be doing much better things. I like Atlanta. Then we have Seattle. Seattle on the road against Houston, giving 8.5. Seattle, this is a bad game. Two bad teams. And I would not mind seeing Russ cooking for my Giants next year. Just saying. We have Detroit on the road. I'm happy for Dan Campbell. Has them boys playing good. At the end of the day, they have one win. They're not a good team. They're playing Denver. And Denver's given 10. I think that defense will bring them back to reality. I like Denver for the win. We have my Giants on the road against the Chargers. The fact that my Giants cannot get any kind of pass rush. And then you go against Justin Herbert and it's pretty decent online, particularly on the left side. I think he's going to chuck the ball all over the field. We're going to be stuck to, I don't think we're going to have Daniel Jones. I think we're going to have the third string quarterback. This time he's missing. It just reaffirms even more that he's not our guy. See, if he was our guy, we'd be in a very advantageous position, but he's not our guy. Now we're going to have to use those 2 first-round picks to trade for a quarterback. It's going to be the Chargers. We have the San Francisco 49ers, who blew a game that they shouldn't have last week. Now you're going to go on the road and play Cincinnati, who's pissed off by their performance last week. Was really pissed off by performance last week. I want to see them get back to the running game. I want to see them get back to the running game, which is what they were starting to do. That made people notice, like, hey, this is what I expected from them. The defense is still getting after the quarterback. Cincinnati has protection issues. I actually like San Francisco in this game. We have Buffalo and Tampa. I like Buffalo for the simple fact they got embarrassed this past week. Bill Belichick embarrassed them. The New England Patriots embarrassed them. You have a very talented team that got embarrassed. And the crazy thing is you were the home team and you weren't the one that was equipped to play in that weather. You were home. Y'all didn't have a home field advantage. They did. I think that it's obvious that teams can throw. Teams can throw on Tampa. Teams can throw on them. Tampa offensively is moving. They got things rolling. But Buffalo has a kind of defense that can get pressure on the quarterback. And I anticipate them defending the run better just because of the way they got embarrassed last week. Just because of that, they will defend the run better, keep more passing situations. They have the horses to get after Brady. I like Buffalo in the upset. You got Chicago Bears against Aaron Rodgers, who, out his own mouth, owns them. And I don't see that changing this week. I don't see it changing. He will continue to own them. They're giving 12.5. Shit, he might double it. Take the Packers. Now we have the Rams on the road in Arizona. Now they blew the game early in the year in LA. Now you go to hot-ass Arizona. You had to get right game against Jacksonville. But guess what? The Rams need a win against a good team. And if the Rams are able to get pressure on the quarterback and keep Kyler Murray in the pocket, not let him break contain, you may be able to force some mistakes out of him. It's not that he can't make plays from the pocket. It's the fact that once he breaks contain, that's when he starts making the big plays. Those sandlot football plays. But I don't know if Arizona can bludgeon them with the running game. They're running the ball better this year. I don't know if they can bludgeon them with the run game the way other teams have done to LA this year. Recently. The way Green Bay was able to do it, the way San Fran was able. I don't know if Arizona can do it like that. So because of that, I'm going to take the Rams. I'm going to take the Rams because of that. I think they'll make enough plays and they'll walk away with a good victory. Those are my picks. That's my take. It's your boy, Urban Sports Guru. I'm out. Salute.